Good morning. Good morning. It is, what time is it? 3 o'clock a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. And it's crazy how things start coming to you. As I was getting ready, I was thinking about how people will spend so much of their life. And when I say so much of your life, please don't underestimate what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the maybe 60 years that you got. I'm talking about the maybe, if you're there, 80 quality years. 80. And if I had to chunk that down, I would say between the ages of 2 to 13, there's nothing going on. There's still development, mental development. I would say between the ages of 13 to 25, it's light experiences. And then I would say from the age 25 to 35, it's trying to put everything in perspective. And then from 35 to 45, you're trying to line it up. And then from 45 to 50, 55, if you still haven't got it, you're still trying to get it. And then from 55 to 60, the body is no longer willing, but the mind is trying to push it to do things that it doesn't want to do. So when you start chunking it down like that, you're maybe 80 years. My grandfather died at 56. My grandmother died at 83. It's no guaranteed on when your time will come. But if you chunk it down and then start looking at how fast your weeks go by and how quick it was just last year, you said, wow, this year's almost over. That happens every year. We lose track of time. Time gets away from us. And what do we spend our time doing? I'll be the first one to tell you, I like money. I want to make money. I want to be successful and rich. But I also laid in the bed and had tickle fights with my kids. It puts everything in perspective. I sit down and I talk with my oldest son and I say, listen, I said, there's a list of things in life that you must do. At your age, there's a different list than what there is for me at my age. I said, but in that list, you have to list the things in the order of priority. You got your A, your B, your C, your D. I don't care. I can put ice cream and cake in front of you. You're going to have a favorite. You're not going to like them equal. They're not going to be A. You know what? I like them equal. So we spend all this time in life chasing after all these B's. Right? Never prioritizing our life. Never once stopping to prioritize and say, what's really important? And I got to be firmly honest on this. As much as I like money, I don't think money is important. I don't think it's on a high list of importance. Especially if somebody could die, everything goes out the window. Because in death, it starts prioritizing. Everybody starts prioritizing in death. Oh my God, they died. We need to come together and be closer. We need to be thankful while we're alive. We need to say this while we're alive. But that's short-lived. So we spend this very short life. Grandfather died at 56. Grandmother died at 83. Between the ages of birth to 7, 13, we don't do much. 13 to 17, 25, we're experiencing life. 25 to 35, we're trying to put it in perspective. 35 to 45, we're trying to line it up. 45 to 55, if we haven't figured it out already. Get it? How much of your life was really spent in quality? The majority of it was spent just trying to figure it out. So God forbid death knocks on your door and you spent the majority of your life on the B list. See, when I'm working, I remember Jim Rohn saying, when I'm at work, I do work. See, it's important that you're all in when you're in something. If I'm at work, I'm all in. I'm at work. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. I'm not trying to hear it. But when I'm with my family, I'm with my family. I'm all in. See, your A's and your B's, they have their places at a given time. But you can't always be working on your B plan and never take a time out to realize this isn't even what's really important to me. Because remember what I said, death is the great equalizer. Death is the thing that puts everything in perspective. Right? Because what's the first thing everybody says when somebody dies? It's sad we got to just meet when it's a funeral. We need to talk more. We need to spend more time together. We need to tell our loved ones that we love them while they're still here. We need to honor one another. Right? No talks of money. No talks of finances. Money's important. It could do one or two things, though. It could create jealousy and envy. Create a bigger asshole. It could also feed somebody who's hungry. Keep lights on in the house. Buy you an experience. But how many of us are actually spending our time on the A programs? On the number one thing? Rather than just running around kind of like ants in a little tiny ant farm. No purpose. Nothing's intentional. You go to work, you give 50%. You're with your family, you give 50%. You try to diet, you give it 50%. You try to work out, you give it 50%. You're not committed to anything. And every once in a while, you might look in the mirror and actually have a real conversation. What am I doing? And then it's just like the great equalizer of death conversation. It passes. But imagine you really focused on the number one thing that was important. Most people chase wealth and money because they don't know anything about it. Spend their whole life doing it. Don't know anything about it. Because if they knew anything about it, they would know that when they focus on their A and they're all in, they give 100%, money is a byproduct of doing what's right. And there's always people watching who can increase your financial side of life. But nobody will do it as long as you're running around like a harebrained, 50% here, 50% there. Nobody who can make a change in your life will make an investment in somebody who won't even make a strong enough investment in themselves to dial down, to go all in, and stop sticking their toe halfway in the water, testing it every 5 seconds to make sure that it's perfect. But yet somebody who will dive straight in and say, I'm in it. I'm all in. Again, I've said this before. I don't look at somebody's report card for all the A's that they made. I look at the C and the D, and I wonder, why did you come up short right there? Because all these A's are telling me is that you were comfortable. That C, that D, that F tells me you weren't all in. And that is what will keep you out of places. And that's what will keep blessings away from you. How you do one thing is how you do all things. You're not judged by the A. You're judged by the F.